In the backlands of Ceará, where every drop of water carries centuries of struggle, a project is being born that aims to turn this page in history. We're not talking about a simple canal or dam. We're talking about an artificial vein, sculpted in concrete and steel, that will be able to bring life to millions of people in Ceará. With more than 600 million reais in investment and scheduled for completion in 2027, the Salgado branch is underway, with over 1,000 workers and hundreds of pieces of equipment mobilized in the field. Every meter excavated brings a brighter future for 54 municipalities, including Lavras de Mangabeira and Palmeiras. Stay with us for the next few minutes and find out how it's possible to build a project of this scale on such challenging terrain, and most importantly, what this infrastructure promises to deliver once it's completed. The Salgado branch is a key part of the São Francisco River Integration Project. São Francisco River Integration Project. It branches off from the northern axis of the water diversion at the Jati Reservoir in Ceará, passing through critical regions like Palmeiras and Lavras da Mangabeira in the south of the state. With a structure stretching 34.3 kilometers, the branch connects to the CAQ Ceará's water belt, supplying the Castanhão Reservoir, the state's main reservoir. This represents a savings of about 150 kilometers in the current water route, compared to the path through the northern axis via Jati. Because of this, the branch will be able to directly supply almost 5 million people, benefiting both urban areas and rural communities, which today live with the permanent risk of water collapse. And more than that, it will be an essential reinforcement against the effects of desertification and climate change in the semi-arid region. But not everything is smooth sailing. Next, you will understand what motivated this project and of course why it took so long to get off the ground. The northeastern backlands have always been the stage for a silent battle, the fight for water. With long periods of drought, reservoirs below average, and entire cities under rationing, scarcity has become not only an environmental challenge, but also a human and economic urgency. Ceará knows this drama well, and it was precisely this reality that drove the creation of the Salgado branch, one of the most strategic arms of the São Francisco River Integration Project. It was made to meet the rising demand for water security in Ceará's interior, especially in areas where water still arrives with difficulty or doesn't arrive at all. The project connects the São Francisco River to the Castanhão Reservoir, the state's main reservoir, reducing the necessary route by about 150 kilometers compared to the diversion via Jati. But the decision to build the branch goes beyond pipelines and tunnels. It's a state policy that combines federal investment through the new Public Assistance Committee and state effort. With more than 600 million reais at stake, the promise is to supply 4.5 million people in 54 municipalities in Ceará. This movement marks a shift from emergency stopgap measures to a long-term water security plan with high-level infrastructure. Now that we know why, let's look behind the scenes at the construction of one of the Northeast's most extraordinary and strategic projects. The Salgado branch is under construction, and so far, there is no exact consensus on the percentage of completion. According to the federal government, the project has surpassed 20% physical progress by the time this documentary was completed, with more than 1,000 direct and indirect workers in the field and 220 pieces of heavy equipment operating on simultaneous fronts. Meanwhile, the federal government of Ceará uses a different method and reports execution at 10.45%. Despite the disagreement, both sides acknowledge that the project is in its early stages, with delivery scheduled for June 2027. Regardless of numbers and deadlines, the fact is that what is underway is not just the construction of another water pipeline. It is the realization of one of the most challenging and strategic projects in the contemporary Northeast. With a total length of 36.1 kilometers, of which 34.1 kilometers correspond to the actual water route, the Salgado branch combines different sanitation solutions: open-air canals, tunnels excavated in rock, inverted siphons, elevated aqueducts, and control systems such as spillways, bottom outlets, and water intake structures. The goal is to carry the water taken from the main channel of the San Francisco River transposition at the Negreiros Dam in Salgado, Pernambuco, to the Hati Reservoir in Ceará, one of the most strategic distribution points in the semi-arid region. The complexity of the project lies precisely in the variation of the terrain and the large number of natural obstacles. Among the main challenges are the sections of crystalline rock, which require excavation using explosives, and the crossing points of intermittent rivers, where the construction of inverted siphons with reinforced concrete pipes demands millimetric precision. In addition, the aqueduct structures will need to overcome valleys and uneven terrain with trusses and pillars up to 20 meters high, designed to withstand not only the weight of the water, but also the forces generated by thermal variations and winds. In parallel with the civil works, an equally important stage is being carried out: the installation of hydraulic, mechanical, and electromechanical structures. This includes metal control gates, automation systems, and telemetry panels, which will allow remote monitoring of flows, pressures, and levels in real time. All of this is being connected to the Integrated Operational Control Center, which centralizes the command of the water diversion project in Ceará. Another essential factor for the project community is related to logistics and the supply of materials. Due to the dispersed nature of the route and the distance from major urban centers, it was necessary to establish advanced bases with local stocks of cement, steel, gravel, and chemical additives. The project needs strong logistics for materials and support along the route. The main construction site near Lavras da Mangabeira serves as a distribution and operations center, not by chance. More than just earth moving and assembling structures, the Salgado branch requires a multi-layered engineering choreography. The project has been carried out under the concept of segmented construction, in which independent sections are executed simultaneously by different consortia. With standardized construction methods, quality control, and strict supervision by DENOX and the Ceará Water Resources Department. In fact, it is this organized fragmentation that allows deadlines to be met in terrain with low climate predictability and abrupt geotechnical variations. The project has also faced regular audits and inspections by the Federal Court of Accounts due to large federal transfers and complex contracts. To mitigate risks and ensure transparency, the execution model provides for periodic schedule reviews and technical performance clauses for the involved consortiums. In addition to physical progress, significant sections of tunnel have already been excavated, aqueduct pillars have been assembled, and the concreting phase of open canal sections has begun. But let's be honest, the challenge is still immense for the engineers working on the project. Each meter built represents not only progress in the schedule, but also another link between the water and the people of Ceará. As the Salgado branch advances through the backlands, it proves that this is not just about infrastructure. It's about vision, boldness, and technical capability put at the service of a fairer future, in which even the most arid regions of the country become included in the national water map. To grasp the scale of the Salgado branch, it must be compared with other infrastructure projects in Brazil and worldwide. With an investment of 600 million reais, this essential project of the San Francisco integration not only transports water, it drives the economy, reshapes the territory, and injects a future into previously forgotten areas, starting with the cost. With that amount, it would be possible to build the equivalent of 1 kilometer of a simple paved highway, more than the length of the Brazilian highway, 101 between Rio de Janeiro and Natal, or even build more than 120 fully equipped high schools. In urban terms, that's 2.3 times more than the cost of the Alquitavio Frias de Oliveira cable-stayed bridge on Marginal Pinheiros, or a São Paulo landmark. In the world of water infrastructure, the Salgado branch also stands out. compared, for example, to the Carlsbad desalination plant in California, which cost about $1 billion, approximately 5 billion Rs. The branch may seem modest, but its territorial efficiency and social reach, supplying more than 4.7 million people, place it among the largest water security projects in Latin America in terms of cost effectiveness. And if we compare it to everyday habits, with the $600 million invested, it would be possible to buy more than 8 million complete basic food baskets, finance about 15,000 economy cars, and provide full scholarships for 200,000 technical school students. With this, it becomes clear that we are looking at a project that, even far from the major capitals, stands out as one of the most relevant in Brazil in terms of social return for every real invested. What comes next only confirms this. Even though the grandeur of the project is still being built, the true potential of the Ramal do Salgado has yet to be revealed. This water connection with the North Axis and San Francisco is not just the answer to drought, it's a pivot for economic transformation for the entire Ceará region. Over 4.7 million people are expected to benefit directly by irrigating agro-industrial hubs, strengthening production chains, and reshaping the productivity map in the semi-arid region. By ensuring perennial water security, the project not only prevents collapses during critical periods, but also provides predictability, something rare and precious for those who invest. Municipalities once marked by scarcity can now expect reliable harvests, attract industries, and develop ecological tourism. This water stability has the potential to generate millions in agricultural income, with multiplier effects on commerce, urban infrastructure, and local social indicators. But more than just quenching thirst, the Salgado branch is about enabling the Northeast to produce with dignity and compete with any other region. And at this point, engineering was just the beginning. What comes next is a silent revolution, springing up where there was only dust. Because when water arrives, history changes, but when it stays, nothing can hold back the future. Thank you for watching this video until the end. What do you think about this water channel in the semi-arid region of Ceará? Leave your opinion here in the comments. And what do you expect from it, especially for this region? I'll stop here. Big hug. See you next video.